Hey, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Hope you feel incredible. Every morning we talk mindset, we talk skill set, we talk heart set that helps you go further, faster, with less effort. This morning is smack dab in the middle of mindset. So let's get this party started. I'm calling in on the live line right now.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you. Just hold on. Please enter your.
You gotta love it.
Thank you. Please announce yourself.
Hey, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Hope everybody is feeling phenomenal this morning.
All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Hey man, I'm not here telling you that mindset is gonna solve everything. But what I will say is that mindset will keep you from everything. I'm not saying that having the right mindset is gonna make all your problems go away. But I am saying having a wrong mindset will make all your problems worse. I want you to understand that most people start with activity when that ain't where to start. Most people want to change their lives and start with what it is they're doing. But the hardest work that you'll never change, the hardest work that most will never do is the thinking part. Millionaires, scarcity mindset mentally and emotionally paralyzes people. And you might be one of them. We're going to break it down because most people think that having a scarcity mindset means that, they don't have enough money. It's way more than that. It can also mean feeling like you need to be more beautiful. You need to be more intelligent. You need to be more talented. You don't have enough to achieve your goals. Deep down, you're competitive. Now you're somewhat insecure. Can I get a witness? The reason I know all of this is because that's me too. Check it out. We're going to say good morning, everybody, but I want you to share this with a couple entrepreneurs that maybe will be able to save. You never know. Please go share this with 3 entrepreneurs that you know, and then come back and say done. Come back and say done when you get finished. It's check-in time right now. Rep your city. We want to know what kind of business you have. We want to know how exactly you use that business to help people. This is super important to the movement. We want to know who we got around us. We want to know what kind of friends are around us. Good morning. Good morning. My man Adam is in the house. Somebody's checking in from one of the Facebook groups as well. My man P.O. is in the house straight from the UK. Let's get it. Let's get it. He said it's a bank holiday out there. If you're listening under the live line and couldn't see it. Morose, good morning. Tanisha's in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Let's go. Let's go. My man Alan Harmon's up in here. Let's get it. Hey, shout out where you're from, what kind of business you have. We're going to get this party started. Coach Carvel Bailey is in the house. Let's go. Let's go. Bless the Ball Consulting Group. Carvel, the only one shout out his business. So I'm going to read this joint out loud. We help middle and high school guards build the tools that lead to them being more recruitment ready. You got to love it. He said that they help middle and high school ball players, especially guards. You see that niche he's carving out? And he helps them build the tools that lead to them being more recruitment ready. But what if he's helping all of these young minds while not working on his own scarcity mindset? What's scarcity mindset, y'all? And I know Coach Carvel is constantly building against this. He's constantly creating a better philosophy because, as we all know, your results equal your lifestyle, but your results come from your activity. Your activity comes from your attitude, and your attitude comes from your philosophy. You may want to jot that down. Your lifestyle don't come from your activity. I mean, sure, activity causes everything, right? Don't nothing move till something move. We know that. But the whole point is your activity, the level of activity that you do, the quality of the activity that you perform, it's going to come from your attitude. And the level of attitude that you have, the quality of attitude that you exude is going to come from your philosophy, how you look at the world around you. So what's scarcity mindset? When you have a scarcity mindset, you believe you don't have enough time. You believe you don't have enough opportunity. You don't believe you have enough money. You believe you don't have enough good fortune. I'm talking about the list goes on and on and on. You feel like there's less for you because other people have taken everything. You feel that we're in a big race. And since you got second place, you must be the first loser. right? This ain't a race. This is a classroom. That's abundance mindset. But where did you get this scarcity mindset? I'm going to tell you, a lot of times it got passed down to you from family, friends, preachers, teachers, well-meaning but unachieving people in your circle. You got what I mean? And it gets passed down unquestioned from generation to generation, like a family recipe. Hey, can you do me a favor and share this with 3 entrepreneurs and then come back and say, done? If this is making sense to you so far, share this, because it is scarcity mindset that has us in misery. It's scarcity mindset that has us in fear. It's scarcity mindset that has us using the tenets of jealousy, that has us performing acts of the enemy when we're supposed to be God's people. I'm telling you, a lot of it has to do with how we're thinking about it. And this stuff gets passed down family line like a recipe for some good apple pie, or the recipe for a good what y'all be eating, meatloaf, a good mac and cheese. We pass it down. We don't even question it. We don't even make sure that our mentors qualify. We just get a certain type of upbringing that plants this crap in our head, right? Plants it into our subconscious, and then society reinforces it, because society recognizes the more insecure we are, the more scared we are, the better a customer we become. I don't know if you recognize it, but when you're watching most advertising, when you're watching most marketing, it's not telling you how you are enough. It's telling you how you could be enough if only you buy this product, and that you might be enough. It ain't your fault, but you need to buy something. You might not realize it, but that ain't the only cliche that's around you all the time. I'm gonna give you some popular cliches that convey scarcity mindset. You ready? What about when you hear people say it's every man for himself? What about when you hear it's a dog eat dog world? Which dog you gonna be? Right? What about when you hear people say you better get your piece of the pie? You hear people, they say, I'm looking out for number one. You know, you hear people doing their best Tupac impression. They say, it's me against the world, right? It's either you or me. You hear this stuff constantly. If somebody's winning, somebody else must be losing. That's because they think that it's a race, right? We can't all be winners because it must be a race, right? What if I told you it's a classroom? Yeah, there can only be one winner in a race, but in a classroom, everybody can get an A. Everybody can get an A plus. It's us against the teacher. It's us against this thing called life. Or even a better way to put it is it's us riding right along with the teacher. It's us riding right along with this thing called life. And all I'm saying is that these kinds of statements, if you're talking it's dog eat dog or it's me against the world, they imply that there are only limited resources available. If one person gets something, nobody else will. This is the thinking that leads to jealousy. This is the thinking that leads to resentment amongst friends, amongst family members, amongst colleagues, co-workers, counterparts. And the beauty is you can turn all these thoughts into positive ideas if you're willing to ride with it, right? Here's how. We all win when we work together. What if you thought that way instead of every man for himself? Here's another one that you should think to yourself. Instead of it's you against the world, what if you said every successful person has worked with others, not against them? You see that? There's always a flip side to the coin that's going to change everything around for you. So, enough preamble, enough intro. I'm going to give you 4 different thoughts, 4 different signs that maybe you have a scarcity mindset. Y'all ready to get into this? Y'all ready to get into this? What's up, Samaya? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, appreciate that, Mark. Appreciate that, Mr. Mark Arnold. And congratulations on your promotion, brother. Samaya, appreciate that, Queen. Okay, Bada Bay. Let's get it. Let's get it. Val Coakley in the house. She got a travel club that helps people get it. What's up, Ken? Good morning, Ken. Let's go. Yeah, P.O. Yeah, P.O. Charity starts at home. I love that. All right, so let's get into it. Here's the first one. Here's the first sign you might have a scarcity mindset. If you go around saying and believing that there ain't enough. You know how every morning in our affirmations, if you rock with us during affirmation time, you know we're good for saying, I am enough, right? And then we say, I am enough. And then we say, I am enough, right? Because you can say a 3-word sentence 3 different ways and it means 3 different things. But when you're saying a statement like, I am enough, none of them are going to hurt you. Matter of fact, all of them are going to help you. When you say, I am enough, you're saying versus everything else that you've been told. When you say, I am enough, when you say, I am enough, you're saying versus, other thoughts that you've had. When you say, I am enough, you're saying that's versus everything that you've been told. When you say, I am enough, you're saying that's versus not being enough, right? You can say a 3-word sentence 3 different ways, and it means 3 different things. But here's the sign that you may have scarcity mindset. You believe there ain't enough. You're always competing with others for resources. You're always competing with others for attention. You see everybody around you as competition. You believe there's only one pie. You believe the more people get a piece, the lesser your chances of getting yours. That thinking makes you aggressive. That thinking makes you competitive. That thinking makes you defensive. You start to believe winning at all costs and doing whatever it takes to get ahead, even if it means hurting other people, is completely justified, right? Check it out, y'all. The first step to throwing away a scarcity mindset involves giving thanks for everything you have. I'm going to tell you something wild. Many of us even need to give more thanks for enemies we have. Many of us even need to give more thanks for adversity that we've been blessed with. Because the bottom line is that everything, and I mean everything, I dare you write this in the comments, y'all, everything is working for the good of he who believes. Everything is working for the greater good of you as a believer. If you'll just allow yourself to believe a little bit bigger, if you'll just allow yourself to believe on a little bit of a deeper level, you're going to find that this whole universe is working for your benefit. You're going to find that everything you learn from that last relationship, after you wipe away the tears and after you clear the smoke and mirrors, what you're going to notice is that that helped you become a better person, especially if you reflected on it, especially if you took it like there must be a learning lesson in here somewhere. Let me kick it with somebody else that can give me some perspective. They can give me a 1,000-foot view on this thing. They can give me some objectivity and help me pull out the lessons. Where could I stand a little bit more accountability? Where can I stand to have grown a little bit in my emotional maturity? Where could I stand to be kind of like developing my technique a little bit more? Millionaires, you'll never get there if you don't realize it's something for you to be grateful for. Am I making sense to somebody out there? Here's the second thought of those who have a scarcity mindset. Y'all with me? Man, come on, Pastor. Everything is working for the good of those who believe. That's Romans 8:28. See, I wouldn't have known that verse in scripture, but see, my people got my back. You see what I'm saying? Everything is working for the good of those who believe. That's Romans 8:28. That's Romans 8:28. Here's the second thought I got for you. If you struggle to celebrate the achievements of other people, you might have scarcity mindset, y'all. You might have scarcity mindset. I hate to say it, but we got a whole culture of haters out here. And stop me when I tell a lie, but maybe, just maybe, you were a hater at some point in your life. Maybe you're a hater right now. It's unfortunate, but it's true. But people tend to celebrate somebody until they feel like that person's accomplished too much. It's like, I'm going to tell you about the worst kind of hater, a frenemy. The one that they want to see you doing good, just not too good. They want to see you doing good, just not better than them. You know what I mean? Check it out, y'all. That scarcity mindset. They tend to celebrate you till they feel like you're going too far. Then you become, I don't know. Now we become a hater. Now we start criticizing. Now we secretly hoping for the other person's downfall. It's starting to be a little too much. They winning too much, right? Now, what happens? These negative emotions, they start to show up like hatred. They start to show up like you got these little hater vibes. You got your PhD, your player hater degree. You know what I'm saying? Right, Jackie? Jackie out there in the car lot. He the number one car salesman in his whole market. Listen, you got some people that admire him for that. You got some people that praise him for that. You got some people that are smart enough to want to learn from that. But a bunch of people just go with the lazy way. They just hate on him. Check it out. If you're out here letting other people distract you from your own path, if you let yourself be distracted by the achievements of others instead of concentrating on your own growth, concentrating on your own development, you might be a hater. Millionaires, you might have a scarcity mindset. Everybody has a limiting characteristic that's keeping them from their potential. In you, this might manifest as anxiety. In you, this might manifest as self-doubt. In you, this might manifest as perfectionism. Regardless of its manifestation, though, what I'm saying is this level of mindset will stop you from pursuing your passions. It'll stop you from achieving your goals because you constantly focused on somebody else. Y'all ever seen that picture of Michael Phelps and how in this last Olympics, this other guy was this close to being able to beat him out of one of those medals. He won the most medals of any athlete at an Olympics game in world history and all of that. But one race in particular, Michael Phelps was focused on the finish line, and the swimmer that was next to him that had the best chance of beating him was looking at him. That extra millisecond is what he lost the race by. All I'm saying is, if you've got that anxiety, if you've got that self-doubt, if you've got that weird feeling where you feel worse because somebody else is doing better, it's going to stop you from achieving your goals. It's going to slow you down from hitting the target you're trying to hit. It's just something to consider. It's just something to consider. Here's the third idea for you. You don't dream or set goals. If you're afraid to dream, if you're afraid to set goals, you may be showing a scarcity mindset. If you're reluctant to believe you can have the life you desire, if you're reluctant to believe you can achieve financial independence, if you normalize your situation so much that now you can't even imagine a better future for yourself, you may have been domesticated. You may have been institutionalized. You know, I don't know how many of you understand the way you train, like, you know, the way you train lions, the way you see a lion tamer work is way different from the way you train, like, let's say, an elephant. You know, with an elephant, when it's still a baby elephant, what they do is they tie the elephant to this post in the ground that the baby elephant can't possibly move, right? And the baby elephant struggles against it. It tries its best to snap the rope. It tries. After days, after weeks, after months, it can't budge it. It just stops trying. Now, even when this baby elephant grows up and this thing is 3 tons, or however heavy an elephant gets, I'm going to go with 3 tons, about 6,000 pounds, but maybe it's a little bit less than that. My point is, that elephant, when it's full grown, can rip this steak out I mean, it wouldn't even be trying hard. But it never does. It never does. Why, y'all? Because its brain has been trained. It's been given a self-limiting belief. It's been giving self-limiting thoughts. It now believes it can't, and so it doesn't. Watch yourself, y'all. Watch yourself. What do you talk about? What are the kinds of goals that you've written down for this week? This is the first day of a brand new month. Have you already written out 3, 5, 7 goals for this month? Have you been sticking to the 3, 5, 7 goals you wrote out for this quarter? Because if you haven't, you may have a scarcity mindset. If you're reluctant to believe you can have the life you want, if you're reluctant to believe that financial freedom ain't just something for the other person, it's something for you. If you're somewhere in a place where you've decided, instead of trying to escape your cell, you're just going to decorate it, you might have a scarcity mindset. Why do you talk about what you want and the kind of life you deserve, but then create a bunch of unjustifiable reasons to not pursue it? Why do you tell everybody what you're going to do and get that cheap dopamine from spreading your plans to people that barely give a darn, when you could put that energy into manifesting it. You know, I just now heard this morning about how sometimes what we do is they say, oh, I'm gonna stop. I done stopped smoking for 8 days, right? And you know, Tony Robbins' whole play was like, hey, why is it that you're counting the days? Is it just you want to be able to tell people how long you lasted this time? How long you stayed focused this time? Millionaires, if you have a scarcity mindset, you're going to be more likely to give in. You're going to be more likely to quit. You're going to be more likely to believe that somebody else holds the key to your happiness, right? Now you're giving in to your worries. Now you're giving in to failure because you have more belief in a negative outcome than you have in God's glory for you. You feel life could offer more, but you're afraid to go after your hopes and dreams because there's a chance you might fail. There's a chance that this could make you destitute. The devil is a liar. You can't keep going through life looking for security and ignoring opportunity. You can't keep going through life ignoring the fact that maximum security is in a prison somewhere. Maximum opportunity is in entrepreneurship. If for you, life means taking the safest route, keeping that frustrating job, staying in that unhealthy relationship because you're scared to be alone. If your whole life is avoiding challenges because you might fail, you're going to mess around and fail doing something you don't like doing. Right now in my stories, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see in my stories right now this heartbreaking story. That's how you follow me on Instagram. Right now in my stories on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see this heartbreaking thing where baby girl is talking about how much she hates her look when she's not wearing some wig or she's not wearing and then it all came from the fact that her mother and her auntie, her TT, they just pound her with, you going outside like that, girl, you so ugly, come here, little ugly. You got me? This stuff is in your head and you still believe it because they went in there and they jiggered your software. This is why you've got to be the one that's in charge of reconditioning your mind. If you change your mindset, you'll change your life. Life gets better when you get better. That's why every day we're here, keep on getting better. You can overcome these challenges. You can pursue your goals because you don't let other people or circumstances limit your capacity, limit your capability, limit the way you see yourself. Once you change your mindset, every day is another day to win. Every day is another day where I'm either going to win or I'm going to learn. So either way, I'm going to win, even if it means I got to fail along the way. Here's the last one I got for you, y'all. Is this helpful? Fourth sign that you might have scarcity mindset is when you don't value yourself and what you offer. It's when you don't value yourself and what you offer. You with me? You believe nobody gonna pay you top dollar for nothing. This weekend's Kaizen Academy, it was all about building your brand. Some of y'all weren't there because you're like, I don't deserve to invest in myself. I ain't gonna make that money back. I'll just be throwing money away. Don't you know the most powerful investment you can make is in yourself? Now, it's one thing if you just don't believe I know what I'm talking about. That's fair. That's fair. Don't put your money somewhere where you don't believe that you'll get value for it. Okay, but see, we spend that same amount on some crap food somewhere, literally go home, and that money goes into the toilet. Am I lying? We'll put that money in the toilet, but won't put it in our own mind. We'll go and drink that money, right? We'll go and eat that money. And the bottom line is you could have changed your whole life. Am I making sense to somebody? I dare you consider the idea, millionaires, that when you are showing yourself to not value your own goals, when you're showing yourself to not value yourself, when you do not have a strong belief in what it is you're here to offer the world, that may be a scarcity mindset. This is why you always hear me say, you got to serve before you deserve. Or you always hear me say, once you become valuable, you'll become powerful. Do you know that even your mistakes are valuable? You know, Bishop was just saying it this weekend, talking about like how it's your vulnerability. A lot of times it gives you your value. It's that parent that's vulnerable when they're talking to their kids, that has real value for their children. You know what I'm saying? Your children don't want to hear how perfect you were. They don't resonate with that. All that's doing is putting them under pressure and making them think they don't deserve love unless they've got achievements or accomplishments under their belt. You deserve love just because you're one of God's favorites. You got me? But when you aren't taught that, when you aren't taught who you are and whose you are, it shows up in these different ways where now you don't believe that you deserve to charge top dollar for your products or services. Now you set such low prices. Now your offers are the cheapest in your industry, and somebody tells you your prices are high, you believe them. So now you're at the mercy of the cheap ones. You're at the mercy of the low price competition. And the race to the lowest is a race to the bottom. It don't build no customer loyalty. All it does is make people devalue you. All I'm saying is raise your value and raise your prices. I could do a whole training just on that, but we about to get out of here. I hope you saw that these are like telltale signs of scarcity mindset. One more time, if you just now got here, we said the first one is you believe there isn't enough. We said the second one is when you struggle to celebrate other people and their achievements. The third one is when you don't dream or set goals. And then number 4 was when you don't value yourself and what you offer enough to charge what you deserve. These are a couple of the signs. There's many, many of them of scarcity mindset. But hopefully this was something that'll make you reconsider your thinking, yo. Hopefully this will make you reconsider your philosophy. Hopefully this will make you give you a little bit more impetus to really practice personal development. Millionaires, because life will get better when you get better. Or the way I always put it is either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals will just start to shrink to match your mind. All right, let's get it. Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. I am so happy and grateful. Calling on the line right there, y'all. This is how you do it. That all my best friends are successful and add value to my life. Come on, say it with some energy.